Hey Chip, are you a hippie?
Am I a hippie?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Why do you ask?
Answer carefully.
Where's this going?
Do you eat JoJo's from Trader Joe's?
Oh, no. No, I'm a purist.
You're a purist?
I eat Oreos.
Nabisco's Oreos.
Nabisco, yeah, okay.
The original, the
original,
real thing.
yeah.
Not the JoJo's from
Not Newman's.
Not Newman's Own.
O's,
Not
no.
the tuxedos, the Safeway Select tuxedos or
I
something.
like the double. You remember the double stuff? Do they still make those?
Yeah, I
With
think
the
so.
extra stuff?
Little stuff for the
Yeah.
bingers.
Do you know, I think that a true sign of maturity is biting into the Oreo cookie whole. Just, yeah.
I second that. That tells you where we're at intellectually and emotionally.
What's on your show?
Tonight on the show, it's, everyone knows this is a kids show. Hosted by kids and watched by kids, 5 and under. Tonight on the show, we have a bunch of kids. They're here. They like Oreos, and they're going to sing about it and talk about it. We have some kids we're going to talk to over at the West End Studio Theater, and Chick and I are going to talk and act like children. So stay tuned. Roll the intro. Hello, welcome to So What? It's the 7th of October, 2007. I'm your host, Jeff Donnell, along with Chippy Hedren. Chippy.
Why do you keep calling me Chippy Hedren?
It just rolls off the tongue. The birds. Tippy Hedren.
Tippy Hedren. I'm not familiar. The Birds, the band? Like
Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Oh.
Actress.
That's frightening.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. It's too scary.
It's set in Bodega Bay. The event was inspired by an event that actually happened in Santa Cruz.
Capitola.
And it's even mentioned in the movie, starring Tippy Hedren.
You know, I've never seen it.
Really?
I haven't seen the movie.
Really? Yeah. So you just remind me of a blonde woman.
Thank you.
Named Chippy Hedren.
Thanks, Jeff. How you been?
You know what makes Oreos so good?
Tell me, milk, ice cold milk.
Trans fats.
Trans fats?
Trans fats.
That's what makes Oreos so good.
I'm a fan of trans fats.
Did you get to the Art Cars event downtown?
No.
It was fun. We had about 60 art cars on Pacific Avenue a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, from all over the place. It was really cool. Although one was like the space shuttle car that was emitting this like toxic gas into Lulu's outdoor patio there.
Yeah.
And they ended up moving it. But there were some really cool cars.
Yeah, it looked really neat. I wish I'd seen it.
There was like a radio flyer wagon car. It was really cool. And the big high heel pump, red pump car.
Well, there's still one sitting there, last I checked, the golden something.
There's no ticket on there. I tried to park my car there in the middle of Abbott Square once, and I got a ticket like that.
Really? Yeah, what's the deal?
I don't have a car. That's not true.
But there's an exhibit of photographs of various art cars on the ground floor of the museum. And it's definitely worth checking out. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool what people have imagined and turned their cars into.
How do these people have that much time on their hands?
I don't know.
I mean, I could see getting together every couple of weeks and having a pointless television show, but like decorating your car, that would take hours, days, weeks.
Yeah, we don't spend nearly that much time on that.
Did you see that there's one car in particular, and then I'll leave this alone. It was covered. You know those fish thing that like
gills?
No, they're like these fake fish that like turn out and say things that you hang on the wall.
Oh yeah.
This thing was covered with them and lobsters, and he had them somehow like digitally choreographed like to music, singing along and dancing along. It was really
cool.
Quite spectacular.
Yeah.
But again, who has that kind of time?
Not me.
Sick people.
Not you.
No.
And then I went upstairs, and there was a really nice exhibit in the upstairs gallery as well.
Is that the Rydell?
Yes, the Rydell thing.
For tremendous artists who were given honorariums through the Rydell the Community Foundation's Rydell Award.
And then upstairs from that on the 3rd floor, there's a little outdoor sculpture garden. I was impressed. It was nice. It'd been a while since
the museum's doing some good stuff these days. I'm very impressed myself.
Yeah, good. So go check out the Museum of Art and History at the corner of
All right, I will.
Cooper and Front if you haven't lately, because it's worthwhile.
You have a whole list of things to talk about. What's going on here?
Some of us prepared, Chip. Speaking of exhibits, you know where I went? It wasn't in Santa Cruz, but in San Jose.
I've been there.
Last weekend at the Tech Museum.
Over the hill is the euphemism we use to
exactly.
go. Yeah.
The Body World exhibit. Have you heard about this?
I've heard about this.
Yeah, it just opened at the Tech. There's various exhibits traveling the country.
And these are corpses.
These are real human
parts of
cadavers
corpses that have been
preserved through this process called plastination.
That's how they make Oreos.
It is.
Actually.
coincidentally, and then exhibited in various positions and kind of opened up and displayed in an educational fashion.
Did you get creeped out? Or?
Yeah, I was a little bit creeped out at the idea of going, but I wanted to go. And by the time I went and experienced, it wasn't as creepy as I anticipated. Yeah. It's kind of sterile, and it doesn't they're real, but they kind of look a little plasticky, right. A little rubbery. So but it's very fascinating, and it's there through the end of the year. And there's a lot about the brain, a lot of brain stuff and right. organs, and it's live human bodies.
Sounds gruesome.
It's a little bit gruesome.
I think I'm just going to stick with Oreos.
Yeah. You ever think about donating your body to science?
They wouldn't take it. I tried.
They wouldn't?
Yeah, I tried. They said no, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
But it was interesting.
Did you remember last year we had Linda Bixby on, among other people, and we talked about the arts. And speaking of back to the museum, the Artworks Awards, which the City Arts Commission is doing this awards for businesses and linking business with the arts. There's an event coming up at the museum. The award ceremony there is coming up.
And the what?
The Artworks Awards. Did I mention that? It's the Artworks.
And so what?
You get Artworks for Santa Cruz. We talked about this on the last show.
And so what's your question?
Were you watching? I just wanted to let you know that was happening on the 11th, I think, of October.
This month, coming up.
A week from Thursday.
At the museum.
At the museum.
The museum.
But our website, sowatv.com, there's info that will direct you there.
Great.
And there's various awards for businesses. I'm not going to spoil it. I know who got the awards. I'm not going to say.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Jiffy Lube on No, they didn't get the Artworks Award. But there's some great businesses here in town and business people who are being acknowledged for what they do for arts and culture.
Good for them.
And that's on the I'm pretty sure the 11th. I'm so not prepared. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm used to it.
You're used to it?
We what?
What? We Theater. West Theater. I don't know.
Oh, We Theater. Is it time for that yet?
We should probably get going to that soon.
Okay. I did want to mention that
because they close early.
Oh, of course. I did want to mention that Richard Stockton's event started. Right. Planet Cruise Comedy Hour at the Kumbwa.
Did you go see that?
I walked in at the tail end of it because I was working that night, but I caught the end. And it seemed very entertaining and successful.
We should have him back on the show.
I think
he came on the show a while ago.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Local kind of...
Richard, come on down. Come on.
But anyway,
we're here till 8:30.
It's going to be a monthly event at the Kumbwa, kind of a variety show, comedy, extravaganza on KUSP Radio.
And broadcast on KUSP.
On KUSP, and then it's also taped for community TV as well. But it seems kind of fun, and I'm kind of glad.
Sort of a local Garrison Keeler without the Garrison and without the Keeler.
Right. Yeah, with Morgani and like Ukulele Dick as the house band type thing.
Ukulele Dick. And Morgani. In the same room.
Yeah, scary.
Wow, at the Kumbwa. That sounds like fun, actually. It sounds like a fun event.
Yes, I'm happy for him. It seemed to be very successful, and that should be fun. And maybe you and I could do a little act sometime.
You want to do an act?
A little shtick.
The thing about doing an act, we'd have to prepare something.
Oh, well then forget it.
Yeah, it won't work.
So kids.
Kids,
they're talented. They sing, they dance, they act.
They eat Oreos.
They eat Oreos. We're going to have some kids talking about Oreos here momentarily live in the studio. But before we do that, you've heard of this West End Studio Theater?
I have. I actually spent a couple of weeks there doing a show with Tandy Beal.
Yeah.
That just finished striking today.
Great.
And it was a spectacular show. It was a kind of studio beta test of a show she's developing for, I believe, sometime next year. She's going to mount it at the Mello Center in Watsonville, is what I understand. But it was very well received. It was a good show and a great theater to work in.
Really?
It was a really wonderful experience.
It's nice to have a new space, and it's on the west side, which is great.
And why don't we go there? Let's go check out the space.
This is Terry Steinman, who has a kids theater group, West End Theater, and they've opened up this new space, so let's go visit them.